our spirit? What is it? Where does it go? Are we able to see them using our mind's eye? If so, just what can spirit teach us? Welcome to School Through Spirit. Host DeEtte Renee is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEtte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. And now your host, DeEtte Renee.
Good Monday morning, everybody. Welcome to School Through Spirit. I'm your host, DeEtte Renee, here on the Edge Network, coming to you every Monday morning, bringing a little bit of spiritual awareness into your daily life to hopefully make things a little bit easier, a little bit more understandable, and help life guide a little bit easier. As we know, at the top of the hour, I bring on a little bit of Neil Donald Walsh for inspiration, and we really kind of just read whatever the book pops up, and I go from there. I'm bringing a lot of spirit. I never know what we're going to talk about, so it's kind of like a free for all, whatever spirit wants. Now, the second part of the hour, we do a highlighted deck, oracle reading, tarot reading, whatever it is that gets handed to me. This is our 5-card stud in which I do a reading for you for the week. Any issues you have, how you want your week to go. The deck we are using this week is Earthly Souls and Spirits, the Moon Oracle by Terry Foss. Terry Foss. Okay, and this is, oh my gosh, sometimes it gets hard. Game Systems. It's a Game Systems publication. So very cool, very cool. We'll be opening this up in a little bit. Can't wait for that. It'll be exciting. There we go. Good morning, Tim. Good morning. So what's the book say today? Oh, wow. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. It's interesting. No glasses needed for this. When you are being attacked, try to see the deeper picture. All people are doing the best they can at any given moment. No one truly desires to hurt another because I told you before, all attack is a call for help. Wow, this is a hard one. And it's really funny because last night I was talking to my granddaughter about the same thing. Same exact thing. So let's look at this. Because in this day-to-day life, we do a lot of attacking. And we don't even realize we're doing it most of the time. Every once in a while, we'll get that little snippy attitude where like, I'm hurt, I want to hurt you type of thing. I don't think I am privileged enough to not see that very often. And hello, Keith. And I do mean privilege because I'm blessed. I'm blessed not to be in that circumstance very often. But it does occur. It does occur. And it used to occur a lot more. But this is how I stopped it. Because I started to understand. I started to understand what an attack is. Now, look at it this way. Bear with me because there's a few different ways to look at an attack. And what I mean by attack is not necessarily that, not always the person that's coming at you full force, bright, big mouth, yelling at you. An attack can be something very simple. It can be anything that literally feels, get this, feels as if I'm being attacked, as if I'm being hurt, as if somebody is putting me down. Because isn't that what an attack is? Is somebody else attempting to make you feel lesser than what you are, that you're doing something wrong, that you are broken. Okay? That's what an attack is. Because why? Number one, somebody cannot attack you unless you're open for that attack to happen. Call myself naive, call myself whatever you want. I do my best not to leave myself open for that. That's probably why I'm in that blessed state. Does it still occur? Once in a while. Why? Because I allow it in. So when somebody's coming at you verbally, somebody's coming at you going, I would do it this way, I would do it that way, or, what is wrong with you? These are just simple things. These are obvious things. But what is that? What is that when somebody voices things of that nature to you? What is that? Honestly, look at the person it's coming from. Look at them. Really look at them. And it's not just looking at the facial or the expressions or their life. It's look at them. Because a lot of times what is happening is this person has lower self-worth about themselves. This person might be jealous. I know it's such an easy word to throw around, but jealous. They might be jealous of what you are or not. They could be comparing themselves to everybody all the time. The person that is throwing this at you, number one, is the person in the state of needing the assistance because they're in a place that they don't feel worthy within themselves. And I know that sounds really kind of like, whoa, here we go, but it's exactly what it is. They are not uplifting you. If they are not sending you um, love and joy and understanding, or just nothing at all, they're in a place that they're screaming, I need something. I need something. Okay. And can you help them? Probably not. I'll tell you that right now. Just because it's a call for help, just because it's somebody you're looking at you going, hey, I'm putting you down because I don't feel well enough. Even you looking at them in this moment going, oh my God, you're amazing. It's not necessarily going to help to change them. Is it going to help the short term? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I know what happens in my life. Somebody look at me and go, oh my God, I would have done it this way, blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at them going, okay, I'll undo what I did. How would you like me to do this? Give me your input. Bring them into my situation. Why? Because they are needing some sort of empowerment, not because of the empowerment themselves itself. What they are needing is somebody to look at them and say, my way is worthy. Now, you can then start a discussion at that point. And the discussion is, oh, I love the way you're doing that. I was doing it this way because of this. But thank you for the input because I was able to see something a little differently. And hopefully, what happens in that discussion, what happens with me most of the time, is it flips and goes, well, I guess the way you were doing it was okay. I didn't see what you were trying to do. And it really takes that attack down. Why? Because I am taking the person that feels unpowered, as if they have to throw their stuff around because they feel unworthy in a lot of ways, and saying, you are worthy. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to look and validate that your opinion matters. Now, is one time going to be enough to do it? Probably not. It's got to be a repeated thing. And it does, it gets tiresome. Trust me, it gets tiresome going, okay, I'm going to do this again. Okay, I'm going to do this again. But when it becomes your nature, when you go into this and go, okay, this is my nature now. This is no longer overwhelming for me. Why? Because what happens is now you become the attacker if you're not willing to do this. See how that table flipped? Because if you're not willing to show up to the plate and say, I'm willing to sit here for you and give you that space that you need, you are just as much in that fault area. Because what happens when you get attacked? What happens? We go into our shells and we come out fighting. Why? Because somebody else has just put that energy on me. And I've screamed, "Ugh, ugh," you know what I mean? You can't do this to me. I've just taken the situation and I created a fight. Because that person, if they're attacking me verbally, mentally, emotionally, if I get into a wounded warrior state, and it is a wounded warrior, I'm either going to go into my shell and think I'm not worthy. So what they are is what they just did to me and put me in my shell, which is kind of what they were trying to do in the beginning, isn't it? Or I may come out fighting, which then boosts their need for attention because I've come out fighting and now we've had a blow up. And neither one of those really does anything for you or them. And I know, we all know this stuff, don't we? We all know this. So looking at the third option and going, hey, I get it. Walking up to the plate. And when we start walking up to that plate all the time and changing your attitude, and I know so many people look at me and go, it's their attitude as issue. Well, it is. But, but if you weren't sitting in a place that felt like you were being attacked, it wouldn't be your issue. Get it? It wouldn't be your issue. But because you feel as if you're getting attacked, it is now your issue. Why? Because you are also sitting in a place that needs some assistance. Okay? And I know that's really hard to look at. I know it's a little hard to look at because so often we want to look at the other person and say it's them, not me. You know, we tell our children that. We tell them all the time, it's them, not me. But look at both sides of it. The attacker, not feeling worthy, not feeling loved, not feeling heard, being in a place that they feel as if they have to do stuff to uplift them by putting somebody else down. Okay. To the person that feels like they're being attacked, I'm not worth much because this person's coming at me. I don't feel like I can be validated because they won't listen to me. I feel less than. So you see how that dynamic is working. And instead of allowing that dynamic to happen, which is really two people being wounded together, okay, it really is. It's coming at something and going, let's resolve the issue for both of us because obviously we're both in a place that we both need something. And that's really the funny thing. It's really the funny thing. When we sit there and we start to get our own self-worth and we look at ourselves and we're going, I'm worth this. What happens is you start to change the dynamic and you start to show up in a place to help other people, even by using your words. Now, you also have the scenario of attacking yourself. Yeah, I know you're like, how do you do that? I do it all the time. I didn't realize how much I did it until this weekend, until yesterday. I did not realize how much I am my own attacker. For so much of my life, I have had very little self worth. I have not been able to look in a mirror and say, I got this, I own this, I am awesome, which is what we all should be saying to ourselves every day and believe in it. Instead, I found that before anybody else could criticize me, I criticize myself. I find my negatives and voice those negatives before somebody else has a chance to. And isn't that another form of attack? Why? I know you're going to listen to me like, how is that attack? You attack yourself. Why? Because if I'm looking at myself and I'm saying negative things to myself about me to somebody else, it puts them in a space that they feel like either A, they have got to boost my ego or fix me. And that intent is attack on them. It really is. It's an emotional drain. And we tend to do this. It's a vicious cycle we have been taught to do. And we really have been taught to do it. So it's kind of like in the morning when you wake up. It really is important to put those sticky notes on your mirrors where you're going to see that little notes that say, I am awesome. I am all that. I got this. And if you really want to venture into it, start stating particular reasons. Break it down. break down all those reasons why you are awesome, why you are great, why you got this. And every week, get a little deeper. If you have to start with just I am awesome, awesome. That's where you start. But you can go into the I am awesome because I show up for people every day. You can literally put in there, I'm awesome because I completed a lot of tasks today that I did not think I could do. I was able to improve upon myself today. I am awesome because somebody came at me. And instead of going into a bubble, I approached them with a smile and I diffused it. Start to dwindle it down. My biggest thing is because I have a lot of incredible friends. Oh my God, they're awesome. They're incredible. These are my friends. My friends either have lots of money or they have a big name. And I have friends of all calibers, all of them. These first two categories, I go, I'm not worthy. I'm not intelligent enough to be around them. I'm broke as a joke. Why would they want me around? But really, at the end of the day, they don't care because they don't see my bank account as a way of looking at me. They don't see that I may not have the same eloquent of voice, intellectual voice, and I might ramble. And my questions or my thought process may be a little bit lower on the dictionary scale than theirs. But they always look back at me and they go, no, I love it. And I go, why? Because nobody addresses the questions that you do. The questions the, the conversations they get into are these intellectual debates on this boom, boom, boom. It's really higher intellectual with this amazing stuff. But nobody comes in with a, but why? I don't get it. Explain to me on a level that I can understand. And honestly, when they have to, what I say, dumb it down, which is really a wrong way of stating it because it's just another dig at myself. It's another attack upon myself. I'm actually shown up to help them to understand what they know a little bit deeper. Why? Because they're explaining it. They have to take what they have and switch it in a way for me to understand. And it gives them extra aha moments. And they tell me, I love to have you around. Why? Because I don't look at your value by your IQ score. I look at your value because of the person you are. You have an inner light. You do for others. You show up. There's so many other reasons they tell me. And until recently, I don't know if I didn't believe them. I don't know what, but I still was attacking myself constantly. And again, that put them in the mode that they were always trying to uplift me. So do you see how attacks work? Do you see the dynamic of what that is? Attacks are not always from this place in. But honestly, when I said that I'm in a blessed place, that I don't get it very often. It's an intellectual thing again. It's because I've been working on those personal attacks to myself. I've been working on those. I've been going, oh my God, why do you say that about myself? Yesterday I was saying stuff and somebody would go, oh, wait a second. I went, whoa. And I would look and go, hold on. I know what you're going to say, but I do understand. Because what I was doing was taking them out of the place that they had to fuel me. And I recognized it myself and I fueled myself. So when I started with this, I talked about when people attack, somebody comes at me and says, hey, you need to I do it this way, blah, blah, blah. Okay, show me. I'm going to give you a voice. I'm going to give you a place. I'm not going to stroke you. You can go, oh my God, what you're doing is great. I love the way you do it versus mine. No, because that's not helping them. That's not helping me. That's draining. That's draining for me to sit here and tell somebody else how amazing they are all the time. But showing up and stating, how do you do it? Give me explain to me why. I want and not in a like a mean way. It's just show me what show, I'll put it back, but show me why. Tell me why you feel this is the better way to do it because I'd love to learn. I'm putting them in a place that I'm gonna I'm removing the attack. I'm removing the reason that they want to come at me because again, it's a call for help. It's a call for attention. It's a call to say, I'm not being heard. I need this. So I'm giving it to them. But the biggest thing is I'm giving them space. I'm giving them that space to be heard. I'm giving them that space to be validated. Giving them that space for them to build self worth, not based on me stroking an ego, but based on me saying, hey, you are worthy to me, and I'm going to show up for you. So I remove the attack. Just remove it. I take it out of the equation. I take it out. And I started recognizing that because I recognized when somebody attacked me, I attacked back. And that ends up what we end up doing, guys, so often. And even if it's somebody just going at me, venting, whatever it is, sometimes that's the hardest attack there is, isn't there? When somebody's coming at you verbally. I want you to remember something. It's none of your business what's coming out of their mouth. And that's really hard. I know you're going, what do you mean it's none of my business? A lot of times when somebody is coming at you verbally, and it might be about their day, it might be whatever. They're just going on and on and on. And a lot of times that feels like an attack. Why? Because they're kind of angry. They're frustrated. And you've showed up to take it every time. Don't show up like you've got to solve that issue. It's not your issue to solve. Don't show up as if you were going to be just a sponge that takes in their crap because it's not your crap. Take that empathic nature you have and shut it down. I know. I'm telling you, shut the empathic down. Why? Because empathic, remember, is uncontrolled. It's okay to feel what they're feeling, but don't take it in. So shut it down. Instead, look at yourself and go, you know what? I got 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes to stand here and hold space. And that's what you're going to do is hold space. You're not taking in their words. You're not taking in their emotions. You're not taking in any of that. You're just going to hold space. And you're going to be quiet. Because this is what happens is they diffuse themselves. Why aren't you saying anything back? I'm just listening. Well, don't you have an opinion? Not really. I just, I'm kind of neutral on it. I don't know. I guess I don't have enough knowledge. I know there's always two sides. There's a lot of things you can say to diffuse it. The person still feels better. Why? Because they verbally got it out. You just sit back here and go, oh, okay. Now realize it is not always yours to fix somebody else's junk. So often we feel like we need to fix other people. And that opens us up for future attacks. Why? Because when you show up and you start to fix somebody else, you are now stating to them every time that they have an issue that they can come and attack you. Because that's what happens. You become that verbal sponge. Allow them to grow. Allow them to grow on their own. And you're going to recognize that the way they mentally, emotionally, verbally attack will change. It will start to decrease. And eventually, what you get is somebody that'll go off for 5 minutes, da, 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 and you sit there going, okay, I hope you feel better. I'm not taking that in because it's not mine. And you walk away. Okay, I'm going to go read my book. I got to go get some stuff done. And politely exit. And what happens eventually is that person will start to recognize their behavior. And they'll come back and go, you know what? Thank you for listening. And I'm sorry I was such a jerk. Yeah, no problem. It's not a time to sit there and have a discussion. Oh my God, you hurt me. But no, just no problem. Thank you. And let it go. Because further discussion is not going to make you or them feel better. Further discussion is meant to make somebody feel guilty. And that discussion isn't needed. Sometimes it is a, I'm sorry I was a jerk. Sometimes it is a 5-minute talk to explain the core of it and let it go. It doesn't need to be an hour of heated discussion because that's just stroking egos, and that doesn't help. It doesn't help to build character. It doesn't help to build self-worth. It doesn't help to build anything. And I'm not saying not have conversations and not discuss and this, that, but there's a lot of other subjects out there you could have hours of debate and conversations that literally have nothing to do with somebody's self-worth. Building self-worth happens in moments. It doesn't take much. Now let me give you a simpler thing. Because I always talk about like starting with the children, helping the children to grow, help the children to get self-worth, help the children to find their being of how amazing they are. Now, Addie, I have been helping her get ready for school for a long time. And I've always picked out her clothes. All of a sudden, just a month or so ago, I thought, what am I doing? She's getting older. I don't have to do that. So since she likes to be lazy in the morning, I don't blame her. I bring her breakfast in bed every day, and she deserves that. Who needs to start the day with running around? She doesn't. And I go up and I get a few options, and I bring them down to her, and I go, hey, what would you like? This or this, this or this. And she looks at me. Now, I don't give her whole closet. I just give her a few options, a couple of pants choices, a couple of shirt choices, whatever. And when I'm done, she goes, thank you for giving me a choice. You're welcome, baby. I'm empowering her with something so small. Something so small. And yes, I do tell her to run up her closet and get her own clothes too. Don't worry, we've gone there. But those smallest things sometimes can help empower somebody the most. Trust in that. When you start to do that, you stop attacks. And you stop people from wanting to attack. Because if you do it enough and it becomes your nature to approach somebody this way, they start to change their approach. Because they start to feel like, I don't have to do that to be heard. I don't have to do that to be understood, because they now are starting to build self-worth themselves. And they start to heal. So look at those attacks this week. Whether it is from somebody else or you to yourself, start to recognize them for what they are. Help to diffuse it. Help them to see how amazing they are. And saying the words, you are amazing, is usually not enough. Unfortunately, that's become we're stroking the ego. Instead, hold space. Give them that moment. Present them with what they're screaming they need, without them having to attack. With that being said, guys, we're going to take a few minute station break. We'll see you in a few. This has been DeEtte, School Through Spirit with the DeEtte Network. See you guys.
Can you harm yourself using energy medicine? The answer is yes. Gail Lynn, the creator of the Harmonic Egg products for commercial and home use, has been involved in the field of energy medicine for the past 15 years. In her experience, Gail has witnessed cases where people have faced negative consequences due to the improper use of energy medicine. Some individuals did not allow the sessions to integrate properly or exposed their bodies to beneficial energies for extended periods, leading to harmful effects. This can cause the body to go into a defense, flight, or fight mode, creating confusion within the body despite the positive nature of the energy. There is also the potential risk of hiring a wounded healer who may unintentionally hurt their clients. For those reasons and more, she is committed to educating people about the safe and appropriate use of energy medicine. For those interested in learning more, Gail provides videos, articles, and other resources at harmonicegg.com. Contact her directly at info@harmonicegg.com to find out about safe and effective energy healing products and services.
Are you ready to elevate your spiritual journey and embrace transformation? Our celestial guided pennants are powerful tools designed to support your spiritual growth. Infused with tensor technology and the energy of crystals, these pennants help you release what no longer serves you and opens the doors to new beginnings. Explore our angelic armor collection today at energiesofservice.com and find the pennant that resonates with you. Transform your journey. Embrace the power of angelic armor today.
Hey, welcome back. This is DeEtte, School Through Spirit with the Edge Network, coming to you with the bottom half of the hour with our 5-card stud. As we know, I get decks of cards sent to me all the time. I am so blessed. I will tell you what, that is probably one of my bigger blessings I've gotten. I love this. I love it. It's like little gifts that you didn't expect to get, just so I can share them with you guys. And I love that. I love the fact that I get to share these. So what was the idea behind it? The idea of highlighting a different deck every week was, it was really cool to be able to come on here and go, oh my God, I'm going to do a reading for you guys every week. But why not embrace everybody else also? Why not share everybody else? Now, you can go to your local metaphysical store, and a lot of times they will have decks out for you to look at, to play with. But unfortunately, these days, we let our fingers do the talking. We tend to go to online to buy our decks instead. And what happens is, you see the deck, you see the front, you see the back. They might show you a couple of cards, but it really is not a lot for you to go, oh my gosh, I really like that deck. There's not a lot of places online to go play with a deck of cards to go, oh my gosh, this is awesome or not. So what I like to do is I like to highlight those decks. Why? Because number one, it gives you the availability to see a little bit better use of the deck. Is it readable? Is it easy? Is it hard? Is it for beginners? Is it for advanced? Do I like the concept of the deck even? Two, it takes whoever created this deck and puts them on Front Street. It says, oh my God, I want to highlight you this week. I want to say you're amazing, you rocked, you did this. And I want to give you a little bit of advertisement. May not be a huge amount, but hey, let's face it, this goes into a podcast form, and it's going to stay there as long as the podcast is up. So there you go. So we are highlighting Miss Terry Foss this week, and is the Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle. Remember, this is a game system deck. Very pretty pictures on the back. It says witchy moon magic for goodness and healing. Ooh, this is a witchy deck. Should have probably known that by the picture. Engage with the enchanted world created by Terry Foss to ignite your hidden spiritual energy. Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle embraces the subtle shifts of Mother Nature to guide you toward manifestation of your own soul magic. Witches, black cats, owls, and ravens emerge through the ethereal lunar glow with empowering messages to deepen your intuition and help focus your intentions. It includes 55 cards with luminous artwork and a 132-page guidebook with affirmations, meditations, and full moon rituals. Ooh, interesting. Get the devil. It's just a black box. Do you know why witches go for black? Do you know why? Because it deflects. It deflects. I did not know that. I guess it's just probably one of many reasons. But from what I understand, it deflects the negative energy. Wow. Do you know why paranormal investigators wear black? Do you know why? They don't have to anymore. There was a day when they had to because they're black, like cameras, whatever, so they could kind of see in the dark, whatever that's called. I know I'm going to get scolded on not knowing that information, and that's okay. But that camera used to, if you didn't wear all black, used to look right through your clothes. It could see through your clothes. Who knew? So they became accustomed to wearing black. Why? Because the camera could not see through the black clothing. They just kind of kept it based. I don't know. I don't know if it's the paranormal uniform or what it is, but it's working for them. So there you go. Ooh, pretty artwork. Pretty artwork. Ooh, gorgeous. One more. Gorgeous. I do like that artwork. So let's look at the book. Big pictures, not in color, but they're at least large enough for you to see, which I do like that. I just don't like when they put it in black and white. I normally really love a black and white image, but when you do an oracle card and the original is in color, the color, they do different details in different colors. So in the black and white, it doesn't really show all those amazing details. So that's the reason I don't prefer the black and white. It's not because I'm not a black and white lover of art. I do love it. So, but at least you've got the big pictures. It gives you enough detail for you to really pull a lot out of that by seeing the pictures, which is super cool. And they're right. They got the intentional moon rituals, what the card means for them. I like this so far. I really like this. This book feels like a good one that honestly, I love the books that you can just throw this in your purse. It's small, it's lightweight, and just throw it in there and go, got this. Throw it in your car console, wherever. Because again, guys, I'm not a big one for the books. We already know this. Unless I have to use the book, I don't want to use the book. So with that being said, I do like the fact that they do give you a book that you can use and just use that versus carrying around the heavier deck. So 5-card stud. How do we play this? 5-card stud is, hello, Deepak and Charles over on Instagram. I have to go along to all of the places to see where. If not, I miss when people say, hi, how you doing? I'm not seeing everybody right now over on Facebook, and that's okay. I don't see them now, but after this is done, I will see them all. I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So, and I apologize right off the bat for everybody that's showing up. I never get to see the ones on Facebook. I don't know why. It doesn't show me until I'm off, and then all of a sudden everybody appears. And it doesn't show me the active comments over here on StreamYard. So I'm used to it, doesn't anymore. So 5-card stud, what it is I'm going to pick 5 cards, guys, 5 cards. I'm going to read them individually. Now, you're going to pick a number, 1 through 5. Okay, you can pick 1 number, 2 numbers. You can pick all the numbers. I don't really care. It's your reading. But that number is going to give you guidance for life this week. Or if you have an issue you're trying to deal with, that is going to help give you the guidance. I will tell you though, when I'm done reading all the cards individually, I do come back as a whole and read all 5 as a whole reading. So potentially there's 6 different readings here. Okay. I love it. And trust me, I know for new viewers, they're going, what do you mean you're going to do this? And it works. You would not believe how many people come back to me later going, oh my God, yeah, you would not believe how spot on that was. I had one person that recorded all of them and they're like, still have all the recordings. I'm like, they're like, and every time it works. I'm like, okay, if it works, we're going to keep going with it. So there we go. So here we go. So card number 1, nurture. Ooh, nurture. I like that card. Look at all that is going on in that card. Number 1, when I tell you we're going to look at the pictures, look at this picture. This person is outside in front of an outside fire pit. If you look at the pit, it is like, the fire pit is like a witch's hat. Now, the witch's hat, the thing is the reason why it's pointed, it's not for aesthetic purposes. It's because it literally is a focus of energy to come in or go out. Okay. So it's got the focus energy coming into the fire. They are sitting here. What does fire do but bring out heat? So it's a focus energy into them. It's nurturing them. They're outside. They're being grounded. They got nature around them. They got the animals around them. They got the earth underneath them. All this beautiful stuff. And they are being nurtured. Not only are they being nurtured, but everything around them is also being nurtured. And that's what this card is about. It's about nurturing yourself this week. If you pick card number 1, you are in a space that you really need to fill your soul. You need to feed it. You need to nurture it. You need to ground yourself. You need to go soak your feet. You need a nice salt bath. You need to take yourself for a walk. Anything that is going to help you to feel better about you, you need to do, because this week is about you. Okay? You've expended yourself to the point where you cannot see the solutions anymore. You are no good to yourself anymore. So, this is your card to say, hey, show up for you, take care of you, put yourself on Front Street, because that's where you need to be. Card number 2 is infinity. Ooh, infinity. I love that. Infinity, it goes on and on and on and on and on, and it never stops. You know, to infinity and beyond. That's a little Toy Story. I love you to the moon and back. Infinity means it's going to keep going. It's a cycle. Think about the infinity symbol, the 8. Beautiful circle. Everything is going around in a circle. Everything is going to come back to you. Everything is always happening. What do they say about karma? What you put out there comes back to you. That's infinity. All this stuff, it's a constant cycle that doesn't stop moving. And you have to start recognizing that. What you put out is what's going to come back. Put out good, good is going to come back. Stop being a little ornery and frustrated. Give yourself that extra time that you need and allow that to come back to you also. It's an easy or a hard card. You take it the way you want to. Card number 3 is nature. Nature. You're going to get out into it. You're going to get out into it. Nature, when I see the nature card, it screams to me, it's time for you to get outside. It really is. Or bring the outside in if you're not an outside person. Why? Because this big old beautiful that rock that we live in, that we take so much from, we don't recognize what that rock is about. That rock is about giving us. It is our battery. Okay? And that's just not the healer, the medium, the shaman. It is everybody's battery. There is nobody I know that hasn't gotten outside and had a little fresh air, even if they hate and they say, oh my God, I hate it. They come back and they go, oh my God, I feel better. Why? Because it's a battery. And this card is telling you, you need to fuel up. You need to get outside. You need to connect. You need to be around something. It's time for you to bring in. Okay. Nature, a lot of times, is about going out and grounding. But in this particular case, it's about going out and you need to refuel. Why? Because you have a lot coming at you and you have really amazing things happening and you have to be ready for it. So go outside, fill that battery, whether it's for a walk, go hug a tree, go sit on the ground, go have a picnic. It's starting to get nice, at least for a few days, whatever you have to do, but fill your battery. Card number 4. Ooh, magical. Magical. Big old snow owl. I love snow owls. Ravens and snow owls. I love them. These my birds. When we're looking at this magical, I like this because it is everywhere. Magic is everywhere. And we tend to put magic into that make-believe world, like it doesn't exist. But trust me, when I tell you magic is everywhere, Debbie Reynolds said it best in Halloween Town. What is magic? What is being a witch? What is magic? It's about wanting something and letting yourself have it. And that's what the big thing is. It's the allowing yourself to have it. Because so often we don't allow ourselves to have it. We say we want it, but we say, yeah, we're not worthy. This card is telling you, let magic into your life, which is want it, let it happen. Want an opportunity? Swing those doors open, walk through on your own. It's all around. And last card, number 5, is mindful. Mindful. This one's a big one. Why? Because when you're looking at mindful, it means you have to have thought. You have to think. You can't just be about yourself this week. If you've got this card, it's being mindful of you, your surroundings, of everything. It's taking everything. It's being observant. Because that's what being mindful is, isn't it? It's about being observant. So if you pick card number 5, you have to put yourself into the observant seat, which is you're going to sit back and you're going to observe everything around you. So you're taking in that knowledge. Everything around you is happening for a reason. So trust me. You can come back, baby. Take care of yourself. Come on back. Dawson just got back from the doctor's appointment. Want to come in? Want to come in real quick? Did you get a sticker on your arm? Did you get a pincher crab? You got a pincher crab? Did you
Guess
lift what? You tell me.
I got a stink. a skin test.
You got a skin test?
On my back.
On your back? What are you allergic to?
Bunnies.
You're allergic to bunnies. Are you still allergic to bunnies? Are you allergic to puppies? No puppies. Are you allergic to nannies? He went for allergy testing today. So let's tell them what all these 5 cards mean really quick. How about we talk about that? So this week, it is really about, oh my gosh, I love this because this week is really about you taking care of you and you finding out what you need, huh? They got to figure out what they need, don't they?
Yeah.
And how are they going to figure it out? They're going to look around. They're going to look at themselves. They're going to look at everything around them. And they're going to start recognizing, they're going to start recognizing what they need, huh?
On the back.
And on the front. So that's what this week's about. And all these cards, as detailed as this also feels, it just feels that, you know what, look around. You've got lessons coming in. What you're putting out there is coming back. So, you know what? It's about taking care of yourself. It's about taking care of yourself. So where is DeEtte this? Oh, card number 1 was nurture. Card number 2 was infinity. Card number 3 was nature. 4 was magical. And 5 was being mindful. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good reading? Yeah. You think so?
This was my favorite.
That one's your favorite card? Oh, that's a good card. That's the infinity card. That's a good card to have, huh? Yeah. So with this week, guys, where is DeEtte? Well, DeEtte is in Alexandria on Saturday. Alexandria, Minnesota at the Holiday Inn with Soul and Synergy. I will be doing readings all day long. Come on in, give me a hug, say hi. I'm going back to Minnesota. Half an hour away from Sauk Center, guys. And remember, the Palmer House is at Sauk Center, Minnesota, a place I love. Go in there, say hi to Dave and Winnie. And remember, they have an event there this weekend with Jody Dean, Jesse Hawk, Jesse from Moxie Malice, Larry Eisler, Brittany, Dusty Perry. Go on in there. So much amazing stuff is going to be happening. Maybe since I'm so close, I'll stop and say hi.
Maybe why you're not using all those?
Because we didn't need them all. We just needed a few. Should we tell everybody bye?
Bye.
Have a great day, guys. See you next Monday morning. School Through Spirit with the Edge Network.
And there's one other.
Say, we're out.
We're out. I'm going to disappear for 1 year.
There are psychic mediums, but there is nothing like DeEtte. Let's face it, we all struggle time and again. But if you seek the clarity you deserve, then you need to seek DeEtte. As a master teacher, DeEtte studied under international psychic medium Lisa Williams. Together, they not only help DeEtte better tap into spirit, but also build a long-lasting relationship. So many psychics tell us what we want to hear, and that just won't cut it with DeEtte. She tells you what you need to hear. No sugarcoating here. To book a reading with DeEtte is simple. Just visit her website, DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us. And follow the Yellow Brick Road to connect with DeEtte. Don't just sit there and ponder those questions. Ask them and let DeEtte guide you every step of the way. You need insight now, and DeEtte can help. Just visit DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us.